Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so I was trying to set up like a dual camera so I can show you guys the Lego stuff as I do it. However, I don't know if you guys can hear there's like a tiny little like robot noise because it's like on my phone. I don't know if you guys can hear that. If you can't, it's fine. But otherwise, I can just take this part off. But yeah, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. In today's video or live cast, live show, I thought it would be fun to build Legos like on stream. I don't know, usually I just come on stream and like I just chat and I was like it'd be fun to do something while I do that. So I'm just going to be building one. It's like a little rose. Um, I don't know. The secondary camera is a little better. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's really I built it before the stream because I was kinda nervous. I was like, "I don't know how good I am at multitasking." But yeah, it was actually pretty easy. And it's really pretty, like, you can oh no, one of the petals fell off. Hold on. Hi, everyone. Hi. Hi, Gallus. Hello, Alex. Oh, thank you, by the way. Thank you for thank you. Um, hi, Melon. Hi, Derry. Hello, Reading Rainbow. I love that name. I don't know if you know on my channel, but I have I made this like really I made this like really I don't know what to call it, but I made like a lo-fi remix of the Reading Rainbow theme song and you should go check it out. I have no musical skills whatsoever, but I'm actually really proud of that little thing. Hi Vance, how's it going? Hello, Natalie. Hi, everyone. So yeah, I'm going to be building this little Lego thing. And there's actually like a bunch of other flowers. So if this stream goes well and if people like it, and maybe even if people don't like it, I'll be building all of the flowers on stream. So today I'm just building one. The roses over here, but it looks like there's lavender and these like cute little daisies. And honestly, oh, I think this is a California poppy. I don't know what that is. But yeah, hopefully you guys like it. Oh, hi, Paul. Oh, wait, let me not dox you. Hello, Elros. Hi, Vance again. I know, Vance, you've been here since the beginning. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Reading Rainbow is so fun. Shout out to LeVar Burton. What a guy. He does have a podcast. So if you want to get your Reading Rainbow fix as an adult, you can check out his podcast. He like reads just like short stories and it's actually really fun. I remember I've listened to a couple episodes of it. So it's definitely worth checking out if you miss the vibes from when you were a kid. Oh yeah. Go check out my Reading Rainbow lo-fi remix. Oh yeah. I know, I have to be careful not to drop any of these. Ooh, playing Fortnite. Have fun with that, Michael. I hope you're playing as Kelsey. What is Wishbone? I've never heard of that. I definitely remember reading Rainbow, but I don't think I remember Wishbone. What is Wishbone? I've never heard of this. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So this package is like really crinkly. So if it's annoying, please let me know and I will figure out a solution so that I'm not killing your ears with the packaging. But yeah, also I have to remember to like angle myself so you guys can see what I'm doing. Wishbone was a dog that reenacted books. Do you guys remember Fetch? That was like a really it's like such a niche show, but it was like this game show where like an animated dog um, this animated dog would, like, make these kids go do, like, a bunch of challenges, and that was, like, my favorite dog show, but I have never heard of Wishbone. Hold on, I have to Google this, sorry. Maybe I have heard of it and I just don't remember. What? What a cute dog. This is adorable. I think this is slightly ahead of before my time, but oh my god, this is so cute. I love him. What a cute little puppy. Oh, yeah. Reading Rainbow and Magic School Bus was definitely um, my childhood. I remember that was, like, what Reading Rainbow is what the teacher would always put on when we'd have, like a rainy day and she, like, didn't wanna teach. She just put on Reading Rainbow. Okay, let me see if I remember how to do this correctly. Hold on a second. Oh, I've already messed this up. Doing Lego while also doing this is actually a lot more. Oh, yes, Dragon Tales. I love Dragon Tales. Also, Stardew Valley. I hope you're enjoying that. I love Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is such a fun game. But yes, Dragon Tales was the shit. I love Dragon Tales. Okay, now that I've put that piece in correctly, we can move on to the next one. Oh, hell yeah. Fetch stands. Let's go. What is Ghost Rider? Never heard of it. Makes sense that my fave character in Wheel of Time is who it is given my early Dragon Tales exposure. Is your favorite character Alana? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel old, Vance. The Dragon Tales theme song. I haven't heard that song in so long. I After the stream, I have to go find it so I can listen to it. But I remember Dragon Tales, the Berenstain Bears, that was always on PBS. Also Franklin the Turtle. Oh, okay. I was about to say Alana's a very interesting favorite character to have from Wheel of Time. Um, Interesting. Tamora Pierce is a name I've heard of so often. Um, would you recommend? I know she's like a writer for children. Would you recommend her work if you're an adult? Because I think I missed out on the Tamora Pierce hype hype when I was a kid, and I would like to get in on it as an adult, but I don't know if it's still good as an adult or if it's like if you didn't read it as a kid, you kind of missed out, and it's not good to read it as an adult. Does that make sense? Bye, Vance. Thanks for stopping by. Wait, there was a Redwall. I actually remember seeing this. I didn't know there was a Redwall show, but I did read a couple Redwall books. I know that it was like animated. This is so sad. Nothing is good as an adult. That is somewhat true. I will say recently I read the Greenbone Saga by Fonda Lee, and I feel like that was like the closest I've come to as an adult, like getting that feeling that I used to get from books where I was just like really into it and like super just like like when you were a kid and you just got like really intense about a book series for a while. That's the closest I've come to um with that's the closest I've gotten in a while with the Greenbone Saga by Fonda Lee. I binged the first two books and I absolutely love them. If you haven't read the Greenbone Saga by Fonda Lee, it's so good. It's about these two families, but you mainly focus on one. side of the family, which is the Calls, and it's basically like a gangster mafia type story, but it was so unexpected. And the first book, um, Jade City, is definitely was definitely good, but then Jade War just like completely blew my mind. Yeah, if you have not read Fonda Lee, you really need to. And also the last book in the series is coming out in November, so, you know, you can get in on it and get in on the hype. I'm really excited. It's been a minute since I've been a part of like a book launch. I remember when I was a kid, I always used to get so excited when I would pre-order books and I would like ask my mom to pre-order them for me and then I'd wait for them in the mail and it was just like the best thing ever. And that's exactly how I feel now because I'm like, oh my God, I just can't wait for November. Okay, so it seems like Tamora Pierce holds up. Oh my god, yes, I'm so excited for you. I hope you enjoy it. I love Jade City. I know Stormlight is such a fun series. It definitely it's that's another series that gives me that same feeling of like being a kid again and like just being obsessed with the series. Like I definitely think that's part of the appeal of Stormlight is it's just such a fun series. And at the same time it does deal with a lot of like pretty heavy stuff. So it's not like my Bluetooth speaker just turned off, but, that really scared me, but, um, I don't know if you guys heard it, but whenever my Bluetooth speaker turns off, it, like, makes a really loud, like, powering off, and it always scares me, but I completely lost my train of thought. Oh, I was talking about Stormlight Archive. Yeah, so, like, the Stormlight Archive is one of those series that it's so fun, but at the same time, it's not like it's, like, completely frivolous, like, there's still so much stuff that you can, like, dig into, and, yeah, I think that's part of the appeal of the Stormlight Archives is how fun it is, but also there's still other stuff going on underneath the city. Underneath the city? Underneath the surface. Okay. Oh, okay, I like that. I wish I had read these books when I was a kid, like, I remember I always heard of was she the one who wrote The Warrior Cats? That's the one that I always heard of. And then but apparently she has, like, all these other series that I've never heard of, that I just am now hearing of. So, that's interesting. If I ever um, whenever my friends have kids, I will buy these books for them. Oh, hell yeah. See, Jade City is such an easy book to read, it just goes down so easy, and it's so fun, like, you just it's so compulsively readable. Oh, hell yeah, I love that. Wheel of Time definitely I read Wheel of Time as a kid, and it was definitely one of, like, the series that I've just been obsessed with since then, like, that's how the hold Wheel of Time has on me, it's, like, so potent. Oh, hi, Jimmy. Hello, yes. I keep forgetting to angle myself so you guys can see what I'm doing. I don't know if you guys even care, but I feel like I I would care if I was watching a Lego stream. I want to watch the Lego action. But hi, Jimmy. I hope you're doing well. Hmm. Oh, what's in the cup? Oh, I'm so proud of this, but today I was really craving like a pumpkin spice latte, but I was like, I really don't want to pay like $5 for a pumpkin spice latte. So I went to this grocery store and um I got like pumpkin spice creamer instead, and I made it and it tastes exactly like the Starbucks one, guys. Save your money, go to the grocery store and get the pumpkin spice creamer because it's so much better. I mean, it's cheaper and it tastes exactly the same. Oh, I see. Warriors is Aaron Hunter. Yeah. My childhood series were Artemis Fowl, Harry Potter, obviously. Um, I mean, Wheel of Time was like middle school, so like right before So, like, right after, like, elementary school, I feel like I was entering into my adolescence when I got into Wheel of Time, and then yeah, Artemis Fowl, I love Artemis Fowl, and I don't see enough people talking about it, and I'm so disappointed because the movie that came out recently was awful. So I feel like no one's like I feel like Artemis Fowl is going to fade into obscurity, and it definitely deserves to, like, be recognized as, like, as good like, 'cause I feel like it's better than Harry Potter, but, you know. Hello, Clara. Oh, how's Malazan treating me? Ugh, I literally have House of Chains over there on my bed. I was reading it earlier. I keep falling well, I'm not falling asleep, but I read it right before I go to bed, and I keep, like, leaving it on my bed, but Malazan is treating me really well. I'm enjoying House of Chains a lot. Um, House of Chains, I feel like I say this with every book, but, like, every Malazan book just keeps getting easier to read, and House of Chains is, like, probably the easiest book to read so far. Like, I think Gardens of the Moon is just so hard to read for some reason, and then, like, after that, you just get used to it, and you get used to Erickson's writing style, and yeah, I'm really enjoying House of Chains. I do think that I can see I don't wanna say it's controversial, but I do see where, like, Erickson is kind of going with certain characters, and I can understand where he's going, I think, and I'm curious to see how it will play out. I'm talking about Karsa, if you didn't know, but yeah. Yeah, Malazan is really good so far. Oh, I skipped over oh, yes, The Only Good Indians is really good. If you guys are in the mood for, like, a scary, creepy novel for Halloween, I highly, highly recommend The Only Good Indians. I'm only about a quarter of the way through, so I haven't finished it, but the first part that I have read is so good, and I am buddy reading it with Jimmy. So, uh, we were, like, talking about it last night, and we were like, I'm getting scared." Like, it was so funny. But, yeah, the first quarter of The Only Good Indians is actually really scary, and it's really interesting. It's not at all what I was expecting, and it's a lot more, like it's just really creepy. I don't know how to describe it. I have to finish the book before I can describe it more eloquently, but yeah. Hell yeah. Go check out Clara's Redbubble if you haven't. She's an amazing artist. If you go on my Twitter, underneath the pinned tweet, her Redbubble is linked. I know, Artemis Fowl is amazing. I never had a Warrior Cats phase. But oh my god, I did read the Sisters Grimm. I read a couple books, but I read them out of order. I don't know if y'all did this, but when I was a kid, I would just read books like a feral child, and I would not like I just never paid attention to, like, the I just never paid attention to, like, the fact that there were series and that you had to, like, respect that and read series in an order, like, I would just read books willy-nilly, and so I have read, like, a couple Sisters Grimm's books, but, like, they were all out of order, and I had no idea what was going on. It was just, like, vibes. Hell yeah, I definitely had a crush on Artemis, and honestly, I feel like I also had a crush on Holly as a kid when I was reading it. Holly was the best character ever. No, I didn't get to Artemis Fowl till high school. Too cheap to oh, yeah. I think I'm really behind on the chat. Oh, no, never mind. I'm not that behind. I don't know if Artemis Fowl would hold up as an adult. It definitely like, Artemis Fowl, like, really primed me for, like, Discworld. I think the sense of humor is very similar. It's, like, very sarcastic and is, like, very bantery. So, I feel like if you like that kind of humor, you might actually enjoy it. Um, but yeah, like, I don't know how well it would hold up as an adult. I haven't tried reading it in many years, so I don't know, maybe it would. Oh, wow, you just finished book 7. I don't know what book 7 is. Is that Reaper's Gale? Reaper's Gale? Oh, hell yeah. The Only Good Indians. Knight of Knives. Oh yeah, that's the Esselmont book. That's exciting. You haven't finished Malazan, but you're reading Knives. Is that like what is that like the recommended order, or did you just like figure I just wanna read some Esselmont right now? Ooh, Clara, I know you get scared. Well, I don't wanna say you get scared easily, but there's definitely, like, trigger warning for The Only Good Indians, there's definitely, like, a lot of violence. And I wasn't expecting it, and a lot of it is, like, animal violence. So if that's something that you don't generally like, that kind of I know a lot of people have, like, different things that they just don't like to do, so just heads up, for The Only Good Indians. I know, it's because it's spooky season, everyone wants to read. I've had The Only Good Indians for, like, a year now, and I was like, "I need to read it this year for Halloween," and so I reached out to Jimmy, I was like, "Hey, do you wanna buddy read this?" And he was like, "Yeah." So that was so that worked out. But yeah, I know, this book is, like it's definitely, like, a booktube darling. I know a lot of people have read it, and there's just some books that, like, everyone seems to be reading it all the time. Yeah, it doesn't. Like, the reading order for a lot of kids series, I think authors purposely are, like, very helpful in the way that they write it so that they, like, go over the previous stuff, a lot, and they don't, it's not like it's not like Wheel of Time where you can't really, like, jump in the middle, they're a lot nicer when it comes to kids series. Ooh, interesting. Wow, that's very interesting. I now as an adult, my reading habits are definitely more I'm like way more anal about reading actually. I like have to read every sentence now as an adult, and especially because now that I have somewhat of a small platform where I review books, I do feel a responsibility to like actually read a book before I talk about it. So now I read books, like, very, I don't know, what would be the word, like, conservatively? Not I don't wanna say normally, but, like, I read them like, to the letter, I guess. I hope that makes sense. Like, I just feel like I would feel really weird if I, like, went on BookTube and, like, talked about a book that I hadn't, like, properly read. But if you're not a BookTuber, who cares? Read however you want. Even if you are a BookTuber, as long as you're, like, disclosing your reading. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that train of thought, but that's just how I think about it. But that's really interesting. I find people's different reading habits super, super fascinating. I'm fine with violence. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. It takes place between Gardens of the Moon and the first chapter. Oh, interesting. Malazan is so cool. Like I find like the meta aspect about Malazan so interesting because it is so like the fact that it was written based on a D&D campaign and the fact that there's 2 authors, like, I wonder how they collaborate. Because I mean, I guess it's not a collaboration so much as, like, they are 2 people, like, working in the same world, but I wonder how they work things out between the 2 of them, or if they, like, just vibe and they're like, "Oh, okay, whatever, do whatever you want." But yeah, I'm excited to get to that book because I feel like it'll be interesting to see Esselmont's take on Malazan. Oh, it's short. That's not something I generally associate with Malazan. Yeah, there's a lot of gore in The Only Good Indians. Oh yeah, mindful reading. Oh my god, I definitely do the thing where I, like, cover a book. If I know something's about to go down, I, like, cover the book with my hand. I've seen TikToks about that, and I was like, "Wow, we really are all just, like, living the same life." Um, I find it really funny how, like, readers have, like, similar habits, um, but yeah. Oh, wait, I already have 4, I don't know why I'm building another one of these petals. But yeah, our rose is coming together, I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but we have the first layer of petals, and I've just built the second layer, and now I'm going to put those on. What are some of your, like, weird reading quirks? I'm really curious, like, stuff that you do that you don't think anyone else does when it comes to reading or just, like, books in general. Ooh, what book are we talking about here? I I've lost the train. Oh, no, I didn't watch it. I did not watch the Disney adaptation of Artemis Fowl. I okay, you know what? I'm not even mad about them casting, what's her name? Judi Dench as Root, because I was like, "Oh, this is cool." Like, yeah, like, I understood why people like, certain people were, like, mad because of the wait, did I do this right? Um, because of the fact that, Judi Dench plays like, they changed the gender of the character that she plays, like, in the books, Root Commander Root is obviously a guy. So I wasn't even mad about that, like, I was still gonna give it a chance, but, like, apparently they changed stuff, like, they made Artemis into, like, a good guy, and I was like, "That's the whole you ruined the whole point of, like, Artemis Fowl." Like, the whole point is that he's a criminal, like a child criminal. Like, you everything unique about Artemis Fowl stems from that fact that he's, like, not actually, like, good. And it's super interesting to read about a child who is, doing, like he's not, like, he just, like, kinda steals stuff, which is kind of oh, I keep forgetting to put the Lego over there. He's not, like, doing crazy, like, bad stuff, but he's a thief. Oh my god. No. It just went everywhere. Hold on, guys. We've had a Lego explosion. Hold on. Okay, I think I've recovered most of the oh, shit. Oh, no. This is so bad. Okay. We'll see. I've definitely lost some parts, but let's assess the damage. Oh, no. Okay, where was I? I don't even remember. Okay. Oh, no, I've lost the base of this. This is so bad. Okay, what was I doing? I'm just gonna talk to the chat now. Oh, hello, Philip. Thank you for dropping by. Oh, my phone is okay. We're just gonna do talking to the camera because I've lost. I've my thing exploded and I've lost the Lego and the camera thing um is giving me feedback. But yeah, hi, hello, Philip. How's it going? Oh, are we talking about Stephen Graham Jones? He's amazing. Wow, you Google spoilers. That's super interesting. I would never think to do that. I do that too. Like sometimes when I think that there's a lot of like description, my eyes will glaze over and I will like kind of skip over it. But lately I've been making a habit of like making myself read the entire description. I just think it's fair to the book, to like read the whole thing if I'm gonna be talking about it to thousands of people potentially. But yeah. I definitely when I was reading Fitz and the Fool, there were parts where I was like, "Fitz." I was just, like, talking to him, like, in my Discord, like, I'll, like send messages, like, of where I am, and I'll just be like, "Fitz, why are you doing this? Why are you hurting me like this?" I love that. I definitely do something similar, at least in my head or on Discord. Yeah, Imperial is this the one where it's the the main character is a ship? Because I want to read that series really badly by Ann Leckie. Um, it sounds interesting. I know, I'm sorry. I could spend 5 minutes looking for it, but I feel like that would not make for an interesting stream. I will look for it, and then next time, I will try not to apply so much force. Where's my Here you go. This was the final product. I built one before the stream, because I knew that something might go wrong. So here's your closure if you are looking for it. The next stream, we will be more careful. Remember that Legos are to be gently guided. You don't need to force them. Um, but yeah, all of the choices. Oh, yeah, see, I didn't want to hurt myself, and I've never actually been like an Avatar fan, and I watched the Avatar movie and I thought it was all right. But I know that if I were to watch the Artemis Fowl movie, I would just be really mad about it. So I decided I didn't want to put myself through that. POV, oh my god. When I was reading The Inheritance Cycle, I hated Ronan. Like, he was the worst character ever. If you haven't read The Inheritance Cycle, Ronan is Aragon's, like, older brother, and he has this, like, really terrible, awful, cloying romance with this girl called Katrina, and I hated the way that Christopher Paolini wrote the romance, and so I literally skipped all of Ronan's chapters, like, I could not stand that man, and I read, Christopher Paolini's latest book, To Sleep in a Sea of Stars, and he still cannot write romance, like, he is so bad at writing romance, and it's bad in, like, a way that gives me, like, secondhand embarrassment where I'm like, "Ooh, like, I don't like this." It's not even, like it's not bad in like a, misogynistic way or anything, like, it's just, mm, like, ugh, it just makes me feel gross. Um, but yeah, I Christopher Paolini is one of those authors who I just, like, keep coming back to even though I know I don't like his writing. I don't know, maybe I'm a little masochistic in that way. I know, this is, open yourself to the rose there. I really like how the petals, like, open up. I think that's so cool. Also, they said this was made by, like, made out of plants, so, like, they use plant plastic to make these Legos, which is kinda cool. But yeah, once I finish the whole bouquet, I think it'll look really pretty. Like, I'm gonna put it on my bookshelf. Um, but yeah. Ooh. Yeah, see, the problem was that I was, like, forcing the piece in, and, you're not supposed to do that. I love how there's, like, probably four-year-olds who can build Lego better than I can. Um, but yeah. From the older sis I loved what's her name? I wanna say Vivacia because I'm in, like, a Robin Hood mood, but they I know it starts with a Viv, the older sister's chapters. I really liked her. She, like, started out really annoying, and then she kinda grew on me, especially once the plot developed. I don't wanna get into spoilers. Oh, yeah, Vivenna. Yeah, she was an interesting character. Um, you know what would be cool? A Warbreaker Lego set. They should make that. It'd be cool. Um, but yeah, hold on, let me check. Yeah, what are you guys reading? I am in the middle of 4 well, I'm in the middle of 3 books. So I'm currently reading House of Chains, as I already mentioned earlier. Really enjoying that. The Only Good Indians, which I'm buddy reading with Jimmy, and then I am also reading the audiobook for On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong. I decided to buddy read it with my best friend, so I'm really excited. I'm to read like this month just because all the books I'm reading, like they're all like buddy reads, except for House of Chains, but I feel like everyone I'm like always talking about it on my channel, so it kind of feels like a buddy read anyways. But yeah, aside from The Only Good Indians, I am also reading Frankenstein, which I haven't actually started, but I'm going to be reading that this month. And I'm really excited because I know Frankenstein is such an influential book in the genre, and I've just never read it, and I'm really excited to be reading that. That's also a buddy read. Um, but yeah, I think those are, like, a bunch of really good books, and they'll if you've been on my channel for a minute or if you've watched my recent videos, you know I've been complaining about staying in my fantasy zone. So, The Only Good Indians and Frankenstein and, On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous is me making good on that promise to myself to read outside of fantasy, so, yeah. I know, where is my Wheel of Time Lego set? I want to build Tarvalon. I want to build Tarvalon, I want to build Dragon Mount. I mean, could you build Dragon Mount? It would just be a volcano, I guess, but, Dragon Mount, Tarvalon, what else could you build from the Wheel of Time? I guess you could do, like, swords and stuff. Yeah, I think Tarvalon would be the best Wheel of Time Lego set with, like, little mini Moraine. That'd be so cute. Oh, interesting. I yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people don't like Shalon, but I think people don't like Shalon for different reasons, and depending on what your reason is, like, I think it's more valid than other people's reason for not liking Shalon. That's just me being judgmental, but I also don't like Shalon, but I feel like my reason for not liking her is I don't wanna say better, but I just have a different reason than most people, but I do think that Shalon is a very good character, like, on a meta level. However, I've only read up to Words of Radiance, so I don't know, maybe my opinion on Shalon will change as I continue on with the series. Ooh, The Shadow Rising and Before They Are Hanged. Joe Abercrombie is an author that I honestly haven't wanted to get into him, but I've just, like, heard so much about him that I feel like I kind of have to get into him at some point. Like, I have his YA book, Half a King, and I tried reading it, and I just hated his writing style, but also that's, like it's YA, so I feel like it's not probably not the same as his, adult fantasy, so I'll give his adult fantasy a chance someday. Probably not definitely not this year, maybe next year. Maybe. We'll see. Silver in the Wood, The Broken Kingdoms, and House of Leaves. Silver in the Wood, I got that was, like, the first Tor, ebook that I got for free. You know how they give out free Tor ebooks? That was, like, one of the first ones that I got, and I still have not read it. Did I just say read it? I still haven't read it. I yes, On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous has really, really beautiful writing. The other day, I sent a quote into my Discord, and it's something like, um, "You're not a monster," I said, but I lied. What I meant to say was that being a monster is not such a horrible thing, or something like that. I'm paraphrasing, and I'm probably butchering the prose awfully, but it's just a really it's like a very personal, like intensely personal book about the author writing to his mother who is an immigrant, and there's, like, already so many things that I not relate to, but just, like, resonate with as the child of an immigrant mother, and yeah, it's definitely It's beautifully written, and there's, like, this motif of, like, monarch butterflies migrating, that's, like, woven throughout the book so far, and it's really beautiful. I'm enjoying it a lot. Oh, I lost my place. Oh, there we go. Wheel of Time Book 3. Hell yeah. Oh my god, I love the 5th season. I need to read the rest of the series, but I do love the 5th season. Clara, read more of Dragonhaven, like, right now. Get off my stream and go read more Dragonhaven so that we can read Fitz and the Fool together. Um, oh, I have never heard of the Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels. What a title. I need to read this book just because of that title. I'm Googling it right now. Is this fantasy? Oh, it's a romance novel. Oh, romantic fantasy. I read, The Midnight Bargain by C.L. Polk a couple months ago, and I loved it, and that was romantic fantasy, so I am definitely going to be checking out The Wisteria Society, sometime next year. I really like it. You should pick it up. However, trigger warnings. You should definitely look up trigger warnings if you're if you don't like gore and animal cruelty. That's definitely very present in this book. So just be careful. Oh yeah, we need a White Tower Lego set. Come on. Ooh, Dracula. Oh, you read Frankenstein for school? See, I never had to read Frankenstein for school, so I'm glad I'm reading it now just for fun so that I don't have to, like it's not ruined by, like, the school vibes. Oh my god. Fool's Fate is, like, one of the best books ever written. In the fantasy genre or just in general, it is, like, one of the best books ever. I can't wait for you to read Fool's Fate. I'm so excited. Like, I remember I read Fool's Fate last year before I started my booktube channel, and I'm pretty sure, like, that book was, like, one of the things that made me, like I had to just, like, seek out more people who read fantasy because I was like, I need to talk about this book with other people." So, yeah, Fool's Fate is just it's so good. Oh, yeah, Ruidion that would definitely be an interesting Lego set. The stone. Yeah, for sure. Wine Spring and Lego set. Just like a fantasy tavern would be so cute as a Lego set. I want it. Give it to me. Much Ado About You. Oh my god. The Gathering Storm is one of the best Wheel of Time books. Maybe even the best Wheel of Time book, so I'm excited for you to read The Gathering Storm. Ooh. Yes, Emmonsfield and Lego, please. Half the King is definitely not his best book. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely read one of his books, like maybe the First Law trilogy. I and the thing about the First Law trilogy is that people always say that like the first trilogy isn't that good, but then it gets good. But then I'm like, do I really want to read 3 books just to get to the good part when I could like read other stuff that is like immediately good? So I don't know. Like I don't know if the later stuff is really that good or if I should just skip it. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe one day when I've, like, read Malazan and I've read, like, all the big fantasy and I'm, like, caught up on Stormlight, maybe then I'll, like, have time for Abercrombie. Um Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Jesse is selling everyone on Silver in the Wood. Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne. I have not read Shadow of the Gods Gods? Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne. I have not read it. Oh, but also hello. Yes, Midnight Bargain, let's go. Midnight Bargain is, like Pride and Prejudice, but with, like, demon possession. It's so fun. It's, like, such a fun little concept, and it's definitely, like, if you like Pride and Prejudice, Jane Eyre, like, period dramas, you're gonna love Midnight Bargain. Like, Bridgerton, it's so good, and it's, like, got that perfect balance of, like, romance, and then it also has, like, a really, really good, like, friendship between the main character and another woman. So, like, it has, like, everything. Like, it's not just a romance, it also has, like, really good, like, friendship. Like, what's romance but for friendship? I don't know what to call it, but it's like that, you know? It's good. Bad movies. Oh, interesting. Hell yes, I love Earthsea. Let's go. I need to finish Earthsea next year. Like, one of my goals for next year is to read through, not maybe not all of it, but definitely start like hacking away at Ursula K. Le Guin's bibliography. Is it bibliography? What do you call an author's body of work? Is it bibliography? I don't know, but I want to work through Ursula K. Le Guin's body of work and then also Octavia E. Butler's body of work. Those are the 2 authors that I like that I've loved everything I've read from them, so those are the 2 authors that I just, like, want to read more of, and they're so, like, influential, so I just want to read all of their work and just soak in it. Already a home skillet biscuit. Oh. Wisteria Society is billed as romantic, but it's really not. Definitely not as much as, C.L. Polk. Ooh, I've never heard of Patricia C. Reed, but interesting. I mean, I don't mind. I already read mostly adult fantasy, which doesn't have the best romance, even when it does have romance, so even a little romance is probably more than what I generally read. Yes, Fool's Fate. Let's go. I've already read Fitz and the Fool. Earlier I said I was gonna read it, but I'm gonna reread it when Clara reads it. A bunch of people in my Discord server are reading Robin Hood, and they're nearing the end. Not quite nearing, they're on Tawny Man. So whenever they end up reading Fitz and the Fool, I'm gonna do a reread because I just want to. And I know Fitz and the Fool was just I cried so much while reading Fitz and the Fool, and I just know that it's going to be so painful to reread it, and I can't wait to inflict that upon myself. Assassin's Quest, yes. I think Robin Hobb's best books are her first books and her last books, so I'm excited for you to read Assassin's Quest. Ah, yeah, I know. First Law. I must read it one day. I shall. Empress of Salt and Fortune. That's another I think that's like a tour novella. A lot of tour novellas are, like, on my radar, but I just haven't gotten to them because there's so many of them, and, I'm, like, working my way through Malazan, which kinda takes up most of my reading radar, but, I might get to this book just so I can pad up my reading goal. I'm, like, 10 books behind on my reading goal right now, like I don't wanna talk about it, but I need to read more before the year ends. Ooh. What is AOM? Oh, if Jimmy Buddy reads First Law with me, then I'll read it. I'll read it if Jimmy Buddy reads it with me. Say no more. There's no plot. Is it more like character focused? It's so funny. I'm not too good for him. I just, like, I don't want to read it now. I will read it eventually, though. Ooh, the sisters Medeiros? Interesting. I will Google that. Interesting. I love it. Please keep all the romance fantasy recommendations coming. I desperately need them. Yes, read Midnight Bargain. Hmm, interesting. Same. I'm getting so many good recommendations. This is amazing. I thought I was supposed to be the one giving out recommendations, but as a booktuber, I feel like for every recommendation that I give, I get like 5 recommendations in return. So I love being a booktuber because I have to do like the bare minimum and I get amazing books to read in return. So thank you all. Yes, Earthsea definitely should be more popular, and I think that a lot of people don't realize how influential it was just because it's not popular, but, like, Earthsea is in, like, every single like, from Harry Potter to Aragon to, like, anything, like, there's so much influence that Earthsea I mean, like, the Kingkiller Chronicles, like, Earthsea is just so influential, and I feel like people don't talk about it as much as they should. Hell yeah. Everyone read Earthsea, please. I promise you will like it. It's really short too, so even if you don't like it, you can't get too mad at me. Interesting. Yeah, there's so many books by Ursula K. Le Guin. Like she's written like obviously she's well known for Earthsea, but like she's written a lot of sci-fi and yeah, I want to read it. I want to read it all. Oh yeah, live ship is a lot of fun. I like okay, you know what? I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna say which one I like more, but I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to color your expectations as a first time reader. But Live Ship is definitely so fun. And it's like one of the few pirate books that I actually enjoy. Generally speaking, I don't like ships and stuff like that. It's not my thing, but I like fight. I love Live Ship. It's awesome. Yes, exactly. When I finish House of Chains, I will read a Tor novella. That is the promise I'm making to myself. Oh, okay, Age of Madness. Oh, interesting. French Revolution. Oh, historical. I like it. The Night Circus. Oh, this book is so like I've known about this book for like a decade at this point, and I've never like felt the urge to read it. But the fact that Clara likes it makes me want to read it. So I will read it maybe next year. Maybe. Hell yeah, Midnight Bargain, let's go. Oh, wow, congrats on taking the USMLE. My mom took those, like, several years ago, and they're really hard. So, the fact that you're even reading while taking the USMLE and ostensibly being a med student, I assume, um, wow, that who c like, your reading goal was, like, it doesn't matter if you didn't reach it, who cares? You've, like, already reached, like, life goals. Um, did that make any sense? I hope it did, but, congrats on taking the step 1. That's awesome. Oh, another voice for Night Circus. I will read Night Circus. Oh, hell yeah. I'm getting so many people to buddy read with me. Honestly, like, I I don't know how I read before I joined BookTube. Like, how did I just, like, read books and then, like, not talk to them? Not like, not talk about them with anyone? Like, how did I live? How was I living? Because my immediate reaction upon finishing a book now is to, like, immediately open my phone and start yelling about it either on Twitter or on Discord, and I don't know what I like, where did I put all that energy before? Like, I just was, like, absorbing it? Like, what was go how did I live? I don't know. Ooh, Nalini Singh, a paranormal fantasy romance. Ooh, I know Nalini Singh is really popular because of Twitter, but I've never talked to anyone who's actually, like, read her books. I just know that she's popular. But, now that I've actually had someone recommend her to me, I will definitely check her out. And I think I always see her at, like, used bookstores, so I'll try to see if I can find, like, a book 1 in a series. As a Wheel of Time fan, how are you finding Malazan compared to it? I know it cannot be compared to a try anyways. Um, this is a hard question because I think that Wheel of Time, you get really used to, this core cast of characters that, you get to know them really, really well, and I haven't finished Malazan, so I can't speak to the entirety of the series, but from what I know now, there's a lot more like, there's a lot more jumping around, and, like, I thought Wheel of Time had a lot of characters, but, like, Malazan has so many characters, and it's hard to get attached to them. Whereas with, like, Wheel of Time, by, like, book 2, you probably already have a favorite character, you probably already, like, know these characters pretty well because you've been with them for several hundred pages. But, like, with Malazan, I'm on book 4, and, like, I like characters like Quick Ben. I really enjoy his character. Whiskey Jack is really cool. Paran is a character that I'm starting to really, really enjoy. But you can't there's not like you there's no like character for you to like latch onto. So with Malazan, it's really more about like the overarching story and it's kind of just like more vibes, I guess. That's a terrible, terrible way of putting it. But like Malazan is definitely more about the overall vibe of the story than like the actual characters. And it's not that the characters are bad. It's just that it's because there are so many of them and because you're jumping around so much, it's hard to get attached to a specific character, which I'm really used to in, certain in really long series. I'm used to being able to like have one character that I really like and like you know, just follow that character around kind of. But with Malazan, you don't have that. So I think I would say that's like kind of the biggest difference. Hainish cycle recommendation. It's sci-fi universe, but it's meant to be read as standalone, so you can jump in anywhere. Oh, I love that. That's awesome. So you can just, if you don't have a certain book, you can still read it. Oh my god, Black Sails, I've heard of this show. I never watch TV though, so I will not say that I will read it, or I will not say that I'm gonna watch it, but if anyone else wants a pirate TV show, apparently Black Sails is really good. I haven't read Kushiel's Dart, but I started it and I didn't like it, but I only read, like, 1 chapter. It was very info dumpy and, like, I just wasn't enjoying it, um, but it is something that I've heard really good things about, so I'm gonna be giving it another shot sometime. Maybe not not soon, but again, that's like Abercrombie, like, one day I'll read Kushiel's Dart, but I do own it and I want to read it, so Let the Right One In. Is my favorite horror/romance. Slash romance. The movie and book are both amazing, but major trigger warnings. This sounds really familiar, but I can't remember exactly where I've heard it, but interesting. Yeah, you can't let your career consume your entire identity. I want to pursue my non-academic interests for my sanity. That's really good. I'm glad you have a good balance, between career and hobbies. That's really good. I'm glad you have books for that. Fantasy shows coming out recently will affect the Wheel of Time. I feel like it's kind of like a rising tides raise all boats situation where like if Wheel of Time does really good, then that means that like The Witcher will do really good. And like obviously since like The Witcher is semi-popular, like I think the Wheel of Time will like benefit from that popularity. And yeah, I think it'll be overall positive. Um yeah, like I don't foresee it being like a bad thing where there's like a lot of fantasy shows coming out. So it's like Wheel of Time is not gonna be uh I don't know, like it's not like a bad competition. I think it's really a good thing. And yeah, I'm just excited as a fantasy fan. Like I know I mostly focus on Wheel of Time, but I'm so excited for House of Dragons show that's coming out. I love Game of Thrones, um, season 8 notwithstanding, but I loved Game of Thrones as a fantasy fan. I haven't read the books and I don't plan to, but, I love that show, so I'm super excited for House of Dragons. What's the other show? The Lord of the Rings show. I'm excited for that, and oh my god, Greenbone is having a TV show being made, and I'm so excited for that, actually. I'm like, Wheel of Time, I'm excited this much, like, Greenbone is, like, just underneath, like, that's how excited I am for the Greenbone show, so, yeah, I'm excited for all the shows. Oh, yes, Piranesi? I know, Jimmy, you read this book and you really liked it. I haven't heard of a single person reading this book and not liking it, so that's definitely something I want to get into. A Taste of Honey. I love that title, A Taste of Honey. Oh, it looks like it's also a movie. I don't think that's what you're talking about, though. Is it? Fantasy, fantas fantasy romance. I'm Googling A Taste of Honey. Oh, I love this cover. Interesting. I have to check this out. I love it. I love the cover for that. Thank you so much for the recommendation. This is How You Lose a Time War. I need to read this book too. It's so many books I need to read. But yeah, I've heard so many good things about This Is How You Lose the Time War. Hell yeah, Nynaeve is amazing. Yeah, being a fantasy fan right now is so exciting. It's just like we're being fed so much. Have I read The Witcher? No, I have not, and I also haven't watched the show. I've tried watching the show, like, 3 times now, and every time, like, I've gotten pretty far into the 1st episode, and I just, like, don't like it. Like, I'm just like, but also, there is a South Asian actress in The Witcher, and, like, she's amazing. Like, I mean, I obviously haven't seen it, but she's beautiful, and I want to watch the show just for her. I think she plays Yennefer, so I don't know, like, I want to watch it, but at the same time, I, like, haven't liked the 1st episode that much, so I don't know. Um, Maybe when I'm, like, having a Wheel of Time withdrawals and I need, like, fantasy TV to, like, keep me company, I will watch The Witcher, but I don't really plan on reading it. I don't think it's, like, my vibe when it comes to books, so but I will watch the show eventually. I will read Piranesi. I want to read it, so I shall read it. The Sorcerer of the Wild Deeps. Ooh, I love this title. But yeah, we're coming up. Oh, we've gone over an hour. So I don't know if you guys are sick of hearing me blab about books and TV shows and whatnot. But thank you so much for joining me. I had so much fun. Hopefully next time we will actually be able to construct the full flower. Um, but this is what it looks like, or this is what it's supposed to look like. And next time I will be more gentle with my Legos so they don't explode everywhere. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. This was really nice and relaxing. At least it was for me. It was relaxing for me. I hope it was relaxing for you. I hope you got a lot of good recommendations. Thank you so much for all the recommendations. And I will see you in the next stream. Let me know if you liked the Lego thing or not. I would be curious to see if I should continue this. But yeah, thank you all. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead of you. Happy Monday. Have a good rest of the Sunday. And yeah, bye.